Well, I'm back down the lake. It's afternoon time. Greasy Grice has been down here this afternoon, shooting a few bits and bobs for CC Moore, and he's left me to it. I'm here for the night. Came down to bait up in the week a couple of days ago. Got on the old scooter, got down here, put some bait in, and I'm back on the areas where I baited the other day. All 3 rods are out at quite a distance, well over 100 yards. All 3 are on tuna as usual, and on nice clean spots. I've probably put 4 or 5 spoms over the top. I've stopped using a throwing stick because the seagulls here are a pain in the neck, as are all the birds. Like I said last time when I was fishing, swans were a complete nightmare, wiping me out time after time. So today I've decided to use captive backleads. So I've got captive backleads on all 3, so the lines are going straight down from the tips, and the swans have tried ploughing through and haven't succeeded. So far the plan's working in terms of keeping the rods in the water. Baits are out, scorching hot, and if I do get something, I think it's going to be the middle of the night, so when it cools down a little bit. Yeah, see what happens. Well, once again, this strange park never ceases to amaze me. Right there, up there, is Peter Pan. Very, very strange. And here is another little Peter Pan.
I'm not Peter Pan.
Oh, there's some more people dressed up.
That's Snow White, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so.
Where are the 7 dwarfs? Oh, there's one of the dwarfs, just there behind the camera. Oh, it's very out of focus. Oh, now he's in focus. There he is.
You can do one, mate.
What a strange place this is. So I've been using oil over my baits today. They've been out for a couple of hours, and look at this massive slick. That seems to have just come up randomly. I can't imagine that's a natural slick because it's right over my zone. Let's hope that that's fish that's causing that to happen. Please. Well, it was soon getting on for evening time, and my wife popped down with the little boy Huxley, who absolutely loved fishing with Daddy. I could point out all the wildlife, teach him a few fishing tricks, and then we sat there and, of course, ate sausage and chips. Well, good morning. I've just been pulled out of my slumber because I've had a rip-roaring take on the right-hand rod. I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. And after a hectic battle, I've netted a lovely, solid, long common. I guess maybe mid-20s. Absolute beautiful, beautiful fish. Fought like an absolute tiger, and I'm delighted. So let's go and have a look. That's the only thing I caught all night. To be honest, I thought I was on for a blank, and I've got about half an hour left. Rod ripped off, even in this really warm sunshine this morning. Yeah, chuffed with that one. Let's go and have a look. How about that? What a result. Beautiful, beautiful, scale perfect common. Fought like an absolute demon, taking on the tuna once again. What a cracking fish. Absolutely loving it over this place at the moment. Whoop, calm down. Beauty. Right, time to get it back. Well, quite amazingly, no sooner had that other rod gone off, I'd done some pictures of that beautiful long common, the middle rod's ripped off as well. I'm going to sneeze again, got terrible hay fever, and I'm excited. Oh, chicken eat? No. There we go. Yeah, no sooner had that gone off, middle rod's ripped off, and I've got a lovely old mirror sitting in the net. Beautiful. Look at that chunky chap. Look at the shoulders on him. Oh yes. Well chuffed. Well, how about that? An awesome brute of mirror carp from the Park Lake. Over 30 pounds of the old gnarly dinosaur. I'm absolutely delighted with that result. What an awesome old creature. Well chuffed. It's about time I got her home. Delighted. So my next trip was over to the beautiful Mustang Lake over at Diss in Norfolk, and my old mate Richard Wilby's lake. This holds some incredible carp, loads of big uns, and so I couldn't wait to get the rods out. That first afternoon passed really quickly. I soon had 3 rods in position, all on Triple X, and before I knew it, it was night time. First thing in the morning, the rod rattled off, and I was into this absolute brute. That'll do, Louis, won't it, mate? It's my final morning. I've got to get off to work in a minute and manage this just under £22 mirror. And yeah, I've had a great time over at Mustang. I'm really hoping, now he's here and behind the camera, that Lewis will invite me next year in Mark's place, I hope, once you're out of Syndicate and all that. And yeah, I'm hoping that I'll be able to come back and catch a few of these awesome carp again. So thank you for the invite, Louis. I better get off to work. Well, I'm back on the big lake after a wonderful trip to Mustang last week with Lewis and pals. Yeah, I'm back. I had to miss a week last week because I went there. I only get sort of 2 nights, an absolute push a week, so I couldn't come to the big pit. But I kept the bait trickling in, put a bit more bait in earlier in the week, and I'm back today in epic conditions. It's been absolutely hammering down all day. There's a southerly wind blowing right into this bank, and it couldn't look any better. I'm just about to get the rods out. I've got everything all on pop-ups, all on the normal spots, over bait that I put in a few days ago. So yeah, I'm hopeful. I'll keep my eyes peeled to see if any fish are showing elsewhere, but for now I'm going to start here. The wind's trickling in, it's really warm, it's been hammering down with rain, and yeah, let's see what the night brings. Well, good morning. It's a lovely bright morning, the complete opposite of yesterday's weather. The wind is still hacking into this area, and about 10 minutes ago I had a blistering take, and I've landed a very, very wild, angry looking, what looks like a male common, a bit of a cricket bat common. Don't know whether it's a 20-pounder, it just looks like a real long, angry, scrappy little common. But I'm delighted to get a bite. The old stinky tuna doing the business once again. And yeah, I'm well chuffed. I've caught one. I've got to pack up now, unfortunately, but well chuffed to get it back rocking again, and I'll be back next week. Well, how about that one? A really long, lean, angry, what looks to be a male common. Fought like absolute stink, went screaming off, got in the weed a few times, and I've been bitten by a red ant, and yeah, slipped the net under this absolute cracker. Perfect condition, long missile. It's now going to go back to its watery home. Well chuffed with that one. Nice to get back in the groove on here after a week off. Let's get her back. So I'm down at Bluebell Lakes with this little worm. He's probably doing things behind me. Yeah, we're down here to do a film for CC Moore, but I'm obviously doing a bit of diary piece while I'm down here as well. We were going to go on San Martin, but it's absolutely rammed with people, and there's quite a lot of fish showing here on Bluebell because we couldn't get near them on San Martin. Basically, a few fish showing, but it was absolutely stitched up. So we've decided to come on here. I've got fish out in front. They're fizzing, they're showing, they're jumping. So I'm going to start. I'm going to put some zigs out, I think, to begin with. Take it from there. I told you I was at Bluebell Lakes earlier. I've moved swims for this evening because it just wasn't happening over there. Moved into an area that gives me access to some willows, some overhanging willows on the opposite bank. They're about, I don't know, 60 yards over the back, and they look absolutely perfect. I've seen a few fish in there as well. It's about 8 foot, 9 foot deep, rock hard, looks bang on. And so the rods are going over there. Probably can't see very well, I'm just going to brighten it up a little bit. But yeah, I've got a rod in that gap there and a rod in that gap there. And hopefully it's going to work. In the meantime, Tom's doing a barbecue for us. Good old boy. And Barley's going to go and nick a sausage.
Got Barley.
That's good. Oh! Getting cutaways for my Jimmy's diary.
Or not.
Why not? That's not nice. Oh, look at them. They look yummy, don't they, Barley? Do they look yummy? Woo!
You love a sausage, James.
Well, it's into darkness now, and as I mentioned earlier, I moved swims, and lo and behold, about 10 minutes ago, middle rod rammed up tight, and I've got one in the net after a couple of hours or so into darkness, so I'm absolutely delighted. Unfortunately, it's a really, really difficult cast because I'm casting right towards some willows into like this little gap, and there's no way I'm getting it back out tonight. So one rod left, I'll be getting up first light to get the rod back into the zone, and yeah, it looks to be a nice fish, maybe upper doubles, possibly a 20, but I'm delighted to get that monkey off my back, and I haven't blanked. Obviously the full film's going to be shown on CC Moore anyway, but it's a lovely little addition to Jimmy's diary, so next time you see me, we'll be with a fish.
It's about 10:30. It's a Jimmy diary takeover because he hasn't got his waders. And we've got a fish in the net. That was a relief, wasn't it?
Well, I really feel like the monkey is off of my back and that the move was totally worthwhile. Rods have been in a couple of hours and the middle rod's just slammed up tight. The the one that I've placed over into them awesome looking margins that we used the baiting spoon with earlier on. It rattled off with this gorgeous mirror. Upper doubles for sure, real solid little character. Took the pink pop up over the top of that grub that we put in earlier with a baiting pole. Delighted is an understatement. We're going to get her back. Unfortunately, I've only got one rod left. There's no way I'm getting it back in that gap in the dark, so I shall get everything ready. Nice sharp hooks ready, new rig, and cast out as soon as it gets light enough to get it back in that hole. Let's get you back, mate. So, I was just leaving Bluebell Complex after doing a bit of a film for CC Moore, and I was driving along the track, looked to my left on Mallard, and they were absolutely hammering it on the surface. I mean hammering it. So I could not resist. Got the floater rod ready, spawn rod ready, and about half an hour later, this happened. There's an absolute belter sitting in that net, possibly 26 pounds, something like that. A huge apple slice scales on its back. And that was an absolute touch. What an end, what a result. Can't wait to see what's in there. Here's a little look at the floaters that I've been using. Load of CC Moore small and big floaters, absolutely dosed up in trout and halibut pellet oil. Real edge, and then I've got a duo floater on the hook. Absolute edge. This guy's always wanted to be on Jimmy's Life. And now he is. Oh, what timing that is. What timing that is, Daniel's son. See you, pal. That's the Mallard 48 pounder, my son. Come on, Gracie.
The wasp nose.
Yes, Dan. You do well to get that one through the weed, Boise. Yeah. It's gone about 900 yards. Well, I couldn't help it. I had to have one more cast whilst that awesome fish is in the net, and fish number 2. Another lovely mirror is in the net. But these guys, I think, are putting a stop to it now. I think 2 nets, 2 lovely carp. Well, this wasn't expected. A little trip down the track, saw some fish feeding, and we've had 4 between us in the space of about an hour to an hour and a half. This is actually the second fish. I've got an incredible one sitting in the sling, so I can't wait to have a look. But this is also a belter all the same. Bit plainer, this one, but fought like stink. As soon as I hooked it, was straight in the weed. Great battle, and slipped the net under this beauty. A long, powerful male by the looks of it. Well chuffed with that one.